This is Earl Netwal, the micro business specialist, and I'm here today to talk about private label rights, often known as PLR. Private label rights are an extremely valuable resource for information marketers. And if you're in the market to create an information product that you want to give away or sell, you may well want to consider using private label rights as a starting point as you begin to create your product for your end consumer. Private label rights basically involves an individual who has created a written or an audio or a video or music or software or what have you, using their own skills and experience and abilities, and have made it available to you to buy the rights to reuse it. Once you buy the rights to reuse it, you get a certain set of rights that are spelled out in the particular transaction. Usually, with private label rights material, that means that you have the right to claim yourself as the author and to use the material in whole or in part any way you see fit. In my personal opinion, in most cases, you should take private label rights material and consider it a raw material, like bricks and mortar to build a wall or lumber to build a house, because what it is existing research that has covered the topic, at least to some extent, identified key points, and actually put words to paper so in such a format that you can then start using it. Now, when I take a written PLR product, what I will do is read it through once, and then I'll make any major comment changes that I want to do in terms of what's missing or what I want to add or what I want to pull out, and then I will go through it paragraph by paragraph and typically rewrite it to put it into my own voice, keeping in mind who it is I ultimately am going to convey that information to. Because the communication between you and your end user is a personal one. You want to have your personal thrust into it, and you want to have your end user's needs incorporated into it. So you might take a very simple topic and you might just adjust it slightly so that it's between first person and second rather than it may have been written in the third person, for example. So you want to minimally go in and make some minor adjustments to it, and in some cases you just use it as the basic initial research and you gather 1, 2, 3, 4 different resources on the same general topic and combine them together to end up with a better resource for your final project, which is going to take highlights from private label rights 1, 2, and 3 and combine them into a finished product that you're going to be comfortable selling or giving away to your public. Now, I mentioned the rights, and in each and every private label rights transaction there will typically be some sort of a statement that will say what you can and cannot do with those private label rights or with the material you just acquired. You want to be specifically aware of what it is that you're buying, and then you want to honor those agreements because that's your legal obligation to do so. I have found that the easiest way to find private label rights material on any given topic is just to go to Google, type in your main topic, building dog houses, and then to add the letters PLR at the end of it. Click search and up will pop typically 3, 4, 5 or more different private label rights resources that you then can dig through and see if you can find an appropriate product for your particular needs. Now, word of warning, there's a lot of PLR out there, and frankly some of it is garbage, be polite. So it's important as you look at PLR as a way of creating products that you do a little research, talk to people that you know, and try to identify quality PLR providers, because there are a good number of quality PLR providers out there. I list a few of them on my blog, and encourage you to check that out. Right now I've only got a handful of names on there. I will add to that over time, but you might want to go to www.microbusinessspecialist.com/blog/resources/ and when you get there, you'll find at least 4 vendors that I am confident of and can pretty much vouch for, that if you were to buy private label rights material for them, that you'd be very satisfied. I also list a few other people that I happen to know that also provide good PLR material, but only do so on occasion. And I'll try to add to that list in the future as well. You want to identify a handful of resources that you can count on if you're going to be in this information marketing business on a serious basis into the future. I strongly encourage you to consider using PLR. If you have any trouble at all with writing and creating your own product, it is the easiest way to go from point A to point B. But while it's the easiest way, I do want to stress again, it's really important that you adjust that material to be in your voice and to meet the needs of your specific audience. The way I most frequently use PLR is to convert it from written format into either video or into podcasts, so that people who prefer to read information people prefer to see the information rather than read, can see it on video. People who like to listen to MP3s in their car or while they're jogging or whatever prefer to get information in an audio format. Making that switch is kind of a nice and neat way to effectively take the material that someone else wrote and make it available to people in a format that they're comfortable with and that meets their particular needs. Private label rights is how do I say this? It's the quickest way to move yourself from point A to point B in the information product cycle, and I encourage you to give it very serious thought and to experiment with it a bit. I think you'll be surprised at how powerful a tool this can be. This is Earl Netwal, the Micro Business Specialist. I'm signing off today. I'd like to encourage you again to go to my blog, www.microbusinessspecialist.com/blog, and if you want to see the PLR resources, go /PLR/resources.com. Until next time, have a great day. Bye-bye.